Hello, friends. How you all doing? Hope you all had a great week. Thank you for joining the #NoFilter. Hope you guys are enjoying this segment. Today, I have a very special friend of mine. She's younger than me, but every time she speaks, she surprises me with the wisdom that she has to impart regarding a specific subject. So, today, me and Anjani are going to discuss this special and most relatable topic: what to do when beat down by discouragement. So, as me and Anjani chat this out, please stay tuned. Hi, Anjani.
Hello, Akka. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good, Akka. Thank you.
Thank you for generously agreeing to have this chat with me. I know you're very busy and your schedules are busy, but thank you for taking this time out.
I'm excited, Akka. I am mostly honored that you have chosen me for this particular no filter.
I must say I am honored because though you're way younger than me, sometimes you just astonish me with the kind of things that you speak and how wise they are.
Praise God for that.
Okay, so today's topic is about when beat down by discouragement.
Okay.
So how do you describe discouragement?
Discouragement for me is something when you plan, list up things and that doesn't happen, that doesn't turn to be the way you wanted it to be. And that's the time you get discouraged.
Okay, so it's if we can underline it through a couple of words, it is when the failure of expectations, you just said.
Exactly, yes.
All right, that's interesting. So my next question is, have you ever got discouraged?
Yes, of course. My life is like mostly I have faced discouragements during my teens and this presently also I face lots of discouragements. Do you want me to give the example?
Please go on.
So if anything which can be just done in a straight way, it doesn't happen with me that way. But like if you want to touch your nose, you just take your finger and then you can just touch it straight away from the front. But for me, it is like I have to take my hand from my back, neck, and then turn it, and I have to take my hand from the other side of the ear and then touch my nose. So this is the way my things happen.
So it's like the Marco Polo pattern.
Put me into this. Yes. So it usually put me into this disappointment. I get discouraged due to things which doesn't happen to me very easily, like as I plan out.
Okay, so you said that things doesn't happen easily to you. So can you give some examples of that?
Yes, like if I'm going to do some task which can just be done, there is nothing. You just have to go submit your documents and the task is done. And you get your passport in one attempt only. But for me, it is like I have to go through the process, either the scheduled time. I'll schedule I scheduled a slot wherein I scheduled it for the next day, but I went today. It's my mistake, but then it is like I went today and tomorrow I have to go, and because of some documents I have to go day after tomorrow also. And I have to rebook my slot again and I have to pay twice. So this happens frequently for me. It is not the first time, but things doesn't happen easily. It is like when it happens wherein in such a way that I'll be just astonished that wow, it happened so easily.
So looking back, you would be like, okay, for all the unnecessary effort I have gone through.
Yes.
Okay. So if I can ask you the next question, so can we also say that there are other factors that from your side that have added into this disappointment?
Actually, disappointment leads to depression, wherein you get you don't want to talk to people. You just think that it is always this happens to you, and wherein this also leads to anger, wherein you show it on your parents and loved ones, to whomever you want to. You can take it on, and so it puts you into depression, it puts you into anger, and it puts you into irritation, wherein you can just speak whatever you want to, or else you get into a calmness wherein you don't want to speak to anybody.
Okay, so that's a complicated, cranky, frustrated, beat down face, you say.
Yes.
Okay, so if I may ask again, the factors as in contributing to the disappointment, can it be sometimes the anxiety and the worries and the nervousness to get something done might also add into the discouragement?
Yes, as I told you that we have our expectations, we have the things to do, and we have things to be done in our ways, the way we think to be done. But when it doesn't happen that way, it leads to disappointment, and we get discouraged easily.
Okay, so it's a complex of things. Sometimes it's because of something that's happening in our heart, and the emotions and the feelings and expectations underlying can also push us into that space of discouragement.
Yes.
So previously you mentioned about the outcomes of this discouragement, that we tend to become silent, or we tend to become cranky, and then a lot of stuff happens because of this. So, how did the discouragement in your life has affected the people around you?
People around me. So I just either if it is my parents, I just either don't talk to them or completely shout at them. I take out my frustration on them, but I don't know how much that affects them. But later I feel bad and realize I shouldn't do this.
So in those times can even lead us into impulsiveness, where we try to vent out our anger and frustration, and then only to realize that we are regretting the whole thing.
Yes. It puts us regretting.
Okay. So has anything positive came out of any discouragement in your life?
Yes, coming to the current situation, if now I'm facing any discouragement, I completely believe I'm a Christ believer, so I think that the outcomes what are going to be will be the mightiest. As I am a defense aspirant, I've given my exam 7 attempts. So till now I couldn't clear for some or the other reason, but then I know where I'll be in future, because God's plans are greater than my plans. I believe in Him, and I know the final results, the end results, which are going to be, and that put peace in me, and because of which this is something positive, which I can see the change in me, which previously wasn't there. As I've been telling you that either I'll be into completely depression, wherein I don't want to speak to people. I'll watch movies continuously. I don't want to give a thought on it or time to think about it. Or either I'll shout on people. people, as in my loved ones. I take my frustration out on them. But now it is not like that. I just hold on, and I know that though I have such kind of feelings for some time, but it will not last for a long time. I get that peace in me, wherein I know that the end results are going to be amazing. So I hold on, and I look forward.
That's amazing. So it's about the shift of the perspective.
Yes.
So we have to see things differently. Then we understand that there is a purpose underlying underneath every situation and circumstance, if we can actually see things in that way.
Yes, right.
So, if I may ask, has this perspective in your life has helped you to see things in people's life, or help people who are getting discouraged through your counsel, through your advice? Have you ever done that? Like, have you ever spoke to people who are discouraged, and then have your own experiences help to counsel other people?
So many friends of mine who they want to share everything to me, basically. So as I have seen my friends, they go through a lot. Either there be a relationship issues, or there be a career issues, there be issues with the family or friends. But through what I have experienced, I try to share the experience of mine, my testimony to them, so that they understand, they try to understand, and I don't know how it helps them, but I try my best to put a word in their heart that maybe this situation is temporary, but the results are, what is in front is going to be really good. Good times you're going to see, but you don't have to ruin your life with the present temporary issues.
Wow. So
it's just a phase wherein you are going through.
That's amazing. So from a place,
just a phase, yeah.
Yes,
so
from a place where we are affected, we turn into a torch holder for people to bring them out from their circumstances. That's amazing. So
right.
That's really nice. So what you said is that in those times of discouragement and frustration, it's always good to cling to the people who can understand our situation and can offer good counsel.
Yes, of course. You should share it to some of the other close person, so that you can either get counsel from them, or you are helped some or the other way, because when you share it to someone, your burden is lessened.
Okay, even though the person might not offer any help, but your burden might be lightened.
Only that their burden will be lightened if they share it with some other person, whether he or she can offer advice or not.
Okay, so from the journey of being broken to the place being a watchtower into many lives, this transition can happen if our perspective is right, and that right perspective can come through Christ, right?
Yes. I've been seeing, like I've experienced my life before Christ and after Christ. So there are lots of changes. The way I see things is completely changed now. And I completely have lots of hope, and I know I feel loved, though the things are not going on right around me. So that's the hope you get when you have Christ.
That's amazing. So your conversation just reminded me of a dialogue from the series Chosen, where Mary speaks to Nicodemus, saying that my life was the other way, and now it is in another way, and the difference in between is Jesus. So I was just reminded of that dialogue through what you just said. That's amazing. So my last question is, do you would you like to offer a word of encouragement to people who seem to be stuck in some kind of discouragement right now?
Yes, I would like to convey to all of you that whether you're going through or discouragement or disappointment or whatever in your life, it is just a phase. It is not going to stay for permanent. It is just a temporary thing, which you just have to overcome it. I mean, you don't have to overcome it, but you have to look forward for the things which are actually meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I have experienced that if I want some X thing, and I know that my God, He offers me X square. He wants me to have X square.
Mm-hmm.
So I always wanted I want all of you to just put your eyes onto Jesus and have that hope that things will settle and you will you will come out of that particular phase, and it is not going to stay for a long time.
Wow. Thank you so much, Anjani. Your words encouraged me. And what you said is really true, and the words that you just spoke are priceless. Thank you so much for that wise counsel.
Praise God, Akka. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much for joining me today. As I said, in spite of your busy schedule, you gave me this time. I really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to...
I'm honored, Akka. Thank you.
Yes, I'm looking forward to speak to you again on something more significant again. Until then, bye, Anjani.
Bye-bye, Akka. Looking forward.
Thank you. So friends, #NoFilter this week concludes with the beautiful conclusion that has been given by Anjani. Discouragements are not permanent in our life. They come and go in phases and segments. All we have to do is look ahead and look at the discouragements in the right perspective, because something great can come out of most unspeakable, unexpected circumstances. And above all, with Jesus on our side, even discouragements turn into divine appointments. Hope you guys enjoyed our little chat this week. I'll meet you guys next week with another interesting topic. Until then, have a great week. God bless. Shalom.